In this episode of Detroit Performs, a theater company provides an outlet for an exceptional group of students. An organization teaches valuable work experience, and a theater excels in bringing new works to life. It's all ahead on this edition of Detroit Performs.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by
Masco Corporation is proud to manufacture innovative and environmentally friendly products for the home. Delta faucets, craft-made in Merillat cabinets, and Behr brand paints have all been designed with you in mind. Masco and its family of companies, serving Michigan communities since 1929.
Funding is also provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to Detroit Performs. I'm your host, DJ Oliver, and today's episode is jam-packed with some of our favorite segments from this season. I'll also be taking you around some of the areas we toured during this season. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this special edition of Detroit Performs. Fourth Wall Theater Company creates a safe space for people of all abilities to learn and practice performing arts. Kids and adults sing, dance, and act during the 6-week sessions while gaining important social skills and learning confidence. Take a look.
1, 2, 3, I love you now!
We just thought it was a great opportunity to get her with other children and to make more friends.
We just wanted her to have the opportunity to do something extracurricular in a really safe place where she didn't have to always feel like she has to be measured.
John has struggled with speech and language, so it doesn't matter that he struggles with speech and language. They somehow understand, improve, and help him to be better.
One of the cool things about theater is it's kind of like therapy in disguise. So
singing, dancing.
My favorite thing to do is when they pass the hats around.
We try to get modern songs that the kids will really enjoy and already know. Today we did the Can't Stop the Feeling.
I can't take my mind off of it, moving so phenomenally.
We try to have it be difficult enough to where it'll challenge some of our students that are a little bit more mobile, and then also have it simple enough to where the students who might not be able to do as much, we try to have an easy gauge on all of that.
It's really the process, not the product, that's important, and going through that process is where our students learn and they grow.
Theater is so beautiful because if you have a varying of abilities, there's also a varying of parts. Not everyone can be the lead role in a play, and that works because of their different needs. Limitations are more mental than anything. That if you want to do something, go ahead and do it.
We're gonna do a little singing with our voices and some with our hands. Can you guys do that with me? Yes! All right.
We always sing it with our voices, and we do it in American Sign Language because we do have students that are hearing impaired and things like that, and nonverbal students often tend to talk better with ASL, so we like to give that as an option.
And I think to myself, try this. What a wonderful world.
They're growing and they don't even know. Because they've performed, because they've learned that in life we have butterflies, and when we have butterflies in our stomach, we put them on our shoulders and they become our wings to make us fly.
Next up, we see what Friendship Circle is bringing to these incredible artists and the surrounding community.
Art is something that really equalizes everyone.
It's a language that can really kind of be used in any and all circumstances.
I love art. So a place I can do art and feel good about it is a reward.
I'm able to be proud of myself, and it's all good for me.
I mean, I think the smiles speak for themselves. I think when you come in and you see the adults and you see them working and you see their confidence in what they're doing, it's really, I think, incredible.
Friendship Circle's goal is to be a space where every individual is being viewed as the person who they really are on the inside, and to find that person's key strengths and allow them to express themselves and be who they are, as well as being there for the general community to teach them about the beauty of people with special needs.
Basia and I got married in May of 1994, and our goal as in building a life together was to dedicate it to helping people in a specific way and under the inspiration and teachings of a Rabbi Menachem Schneerson. His teaching was based on the fact that when you see a person, see them for the soul that's inside of them, not for the outside. We started with the idea of soul, and we said, what is it that will make a soul shine? And art and cafe both came back as good ideas. Cafe because it lends itself to vocational training that a person can then later go on and get a job in another place, in another restaurant. And also the cafe is good because it brings in people from the community and it exposes thousands of people every month to this beauty, and then they come into the studio.
The mission of Soul Studio is to really find the talent within. Every single human being has a special strength and talent. Those with special needs have a much stronger strength in certain areas that you and I don't have. We are able to tap into those talents, many of whom don't even know that they have that artistic talent, all of a sudden find it within themselves. When artists come in, we actually try to get them to test out and try out the different forms that we have. So they could come in and learn how to weave from the first piece of information that they need for that. They do felting here, sewing, purses from scratch, pillows, blankets, rugs, placemats. We have a laser studio. We have the ceramics, the fine art, mixed media, woodworking. We have a ShopBot, CNC router. The artist creates something, it gets sent into the router. Furniture. Printmaking is actually a new one that we have that's been very, very successful. For some reason, our artists really take to that.
Some mediums lend themselves more to somebody who may have some motor issues or, in fact, maybe some memory issues, where if they learn how to weave, their muscle memory kind of kicks in and they can go back and forth, and their body remembers it more than maybe their mind does.
I have a rare illness. It's called chorea acanthocytosis. Before I was sick, I designed suit for the piston, and I came here. I fell in love. My life it's one day at a time. Soul brings me away from grief and sorrow. I have a disability in art therapy.
It is really beautiful, and it's something special and different, and they're not as self-conscious and inhibited, and they're free.
Artists that are coming to be part of Soul Studio, they decide what they want to register for. And then whatever we sell, they get 40% from all of the fine art, all of the original pieces that they create. We have 900 volunteers, both teens and adults, in both our centers. The reason why they're drawn to come here, nobody's begging them, because it is such a loving, accepting community. And when you're in that kind of environment, you know, individuals with special needs, many of them are not inhibited by what people think of their work. They're just creating. So they're able to really express themselves genuinely. And with the guidance of our teachers and our volunteers, they're able to perfect their skills and create something really beautiful.
I think they do especially a great job of kind of embracing the mistakes and helping people realize that sometimes the mistakes are what make a project, because what they considered a mistake is really what turned it into something completely unique.
The food at Soul Cafe is the best. We contracted out with Epicurean, and the Milk and Honey is a kosher division of it. They manage our restaurant. Our part of that is that we have our head trainer, Kim Kaplan, who's a retired special ed teacher, and we have 14 participants that come throughout the week, typically 8 to 12 hours in the week. And that's when they are training and learning how to do back of the house work, front of the house. And as they learn the different skill sets, they grow in what they're able to work at the cafe. They actually get paid hourly, and they also pay to be trained.
I bus tables, do dishes, or sometimes whenever they need me to do food prep, I'm able to do it like I did this morning. When I get done with work, I feel accomplished, like in getting some checks to deposit.
The Soul Cafe is such a great opportunity where 150 guests a day, and Sundays even more, will come through, have awesome food served and helped by individuals with special needs, and then they are encouraged to come back to the gallery and the studio and observe the artists, and then purchase some of the artwork. So the cafe and the studio and gallery is meant for the general public to come in and enjoy it.
Our hope is that by bringing the awareness of what we have, of the beauty of their soul, of the beauty of that each and every one of them brings to the world, we're creating an inclusive society all around, which is important to us.
Next up, we find out about the Purple Rose and take a sneak peek into how plays at the Purple Rose are cultivated during a greenhouse workshop where the playwright sits down with the actors to grow a play. Take a look.
When you see a show at the Purple Rose, there will be a consistent quality that I think stands out. We write for people, for the wide collective of diverse souls that call this part of the world home. The Midwest voice is, we think, it uses humor as a window into the human heart. We have great stories to tell that are universal. And I think we have a pretty unique sense of humor that I think plays well all over the world. The Purple Rose was started by Jeff Daniels back in '91. He had moved his family back here because he wanted to, raise them literally where he grew up, and wanted to give something back. So he bought this building and started a professional theater that specialized in doing new plays, new work, and developing talent in the Midwest here. And he named it after the film he did with Woody Allen called The Purple Rose of Cairo. It's had a huge impact on the community and local business. It doesn't just enhance the quality of life, it has a significant economic impact. It's a town of 5,000 people, and we entertain about 40,000 people a year.
People come here to see the show, and then they go out to dinner, or then they go, to the cute little shops and buy stuff. So I honestly don't think Chelsea would be Chelsea, which is why Jeff put the theater here.
What stands out for me with the Purple Rose Theater is the quality of the work that they do and the fact that they're consistently putting on new plays and willing to take those risks, and they do it just better than anywhere I've seen.
It's important to do stories that relate to the audience. That was Jeff's vision for the place, and it's the lifeblood of theater.
The way that I always feel when I see work here is that I'm spying on something that's actually happening. It really, to me, feels so in the moment and so just real that it truly feels like you've just kind of been dropped into someone's living room or back porch or world in some way. And that, to me, is part of what stands out.
We do so many world premieres. I feel like this place really is more of a collaborative effort, and it's essential if there's new work, like the play we're going to look at today. None of us have read it yet.
I kind of knew the actors that I was writing for, so when I saw everybody today, it was kind of like, wow, I feel like you guys have been in my head for the last 3 weeks. And the active writing is a very solo activity, so this is my favorite part, when we get to come in and play.
It's what we call the greenhouse, Purple Rose Greenhouse. It's where we grow new plays. We bring in actors, stage manager, director, the playwright, and we tear the script apart and we try to make it better.
You will be seeing a completely cold read, meaning that none of these actors have seen the play yet. They just got it this morning. I have never heard the play. Guy has not seen anything about it.
I like you.
I'm a wreck.
In some ways, it's the final step of the writing of the first draft process is to hear it out loud, but it's the first step of the development of the play process, because plays aren't meant to be read, they're meant to be spoken.
I think you do have 15 pages to play around. We can play around, but the sequence of events, again, the way that you use heartbreak to set up laughs is masterful.
We are a company, so we're comfortable with each other. We can speak very candidly about what we like and what we think could be better. Ideas flow freely.
I usually just try to keep quiet and listen, and then at the afterwards, then I do like to hear from everybody about what they liked and what they didn't like, but more importantly, like where the gaps are, what didn't make sense, what felt like an illogical leap, places that they dropped out and weren't interested and stuff like that.
It's great because everybody matters. You know, at the end of the day, it's still Carrie's play and Guy's the director, but everyone's voice counts.
I really like how, you know, we have the setting of it being in the paint place, that we have something to do, and it's so real. Like before we started reading today, this is what we were doing. Like some of these things we were talking exactly about this, and I think it like reveals things in a way that our audience will be able to say, oh, that's me.
We've produced more new plays by women than any other theater in the Great Lakes region, not because they're women, but just because they're damn good plays. And my experience has been that women are more interested in the process than in the result. And that's really crucial to the process that we employ here in creating this work.
I knew that I wanted to write something for all women, and I kind of knew what each character's backstory was. Very clearly, I knew who each woman was, and then I just put them in the situation. And the play, unlike anything I've done before, it takes place in real time, so it literally unfolds over the course of about 85 minutes, which would be kind of what one of these paint nights are. So I kind of just put them all in the room together and waited to see what would happen.
I think I want to be a willow tree.
You do.
I do, one that bends ever so gently with the breeze. But I want to be a tree.
Wow. Great work.
We like plays about people. And maybe you'll laugh, maybe you'll be challenged a little bit from time to time. But my hope is that you walk out of here after seeing a show and maybe not feel quite so alone, you know that a little bit more about what it means to be human and have a great time. That's what we want.
And I think any good play, people will recognize something either in themselves or their children or their parents. So many people have so many stories that none of us, we don't know what anybody carries with them, you know, but if we see it in a play and we recognize something, maybe it's not my stuff I recognize, but I can see it in my friend. Maybe I'll be a little better.
The audience is our partner in this process. They're not just paying customers. The thing is not complete until they're here. And you know, if we do our work right, somebody in these purple seats will be changed in some significant way. I know that I have been.
Funding for Detroit Performs is provided by Masco Corporation is proud to manufacture innovative and environmentally friendly products for the home. Delta Faucets, Craft-Made in Merillat cabinets, and Behr brand paints have all been designed with you in mind. Masco and its family of companies, serving Michigan communities since 1929. Funding is also provided by the Michigan Council for Arts and Cultural Affairs and the National Endowment for the Arts, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.